I'm constantly finding myself, asking God, like, what's next, Lord? What is the next step that you have for me for my life?
When God has a plan, you can put everything else aside and just trust Him and know that He'll work something out in the future.
Isaiah chapter 6 says, who shall I send and who will go for me? And his response is, here I am, send me. I felt like, God was calling me out to do different types of ministry. And one of those ministries was literature evangelism, also known as canvassing. And I went to a school in Philadelphia. And it just so happens that while I'm at that school, there's another missionary program out there.
So in Philadelphia, they had an initiative called Faith for Family. And they brought all of us urban missionaries that were working in the area to go door to door to minister to different families and just show them the love of Christ. And right after that resumed on Sabbath afternoon, we all got together with some other missionaries that were in Philadelphia, and that's how I met Rafael.
As we started developing a friendship, as the school was coming to a close, as the canvassing program was coming to an end, like I came to that point, okay, Lord, now what? I answered the call, you brought me out here, we made impacts in people's lives, where are you leading me now? And it was silent, almost seemed like, there was no response.
So at the same time that he was praying and asking God, so was I. And basically at that point, I felt convicted that he should go back home to California. I mean, his big family could embrace him over there, try to find him work. Most of them work for the public school system over there. So it wouldn't be difficult for him to find something to do and, sustain himself. He did go to California, and we spent about 6 to 8 months apart. And in that interim, the school closed. I had to find work somewhere else, and that led me here to Florida, unknowing that he would also be brought here that same summer. And so I started working at the conference office and also volunteering for SALT outreach. And we were called out to go volunteer and help a group of young children that wanted to learn how to do outreach in the community. And so that was very important for SALT, and we wanted to head over there and teach these kids how to be urban missionaries in the area they were at. And they were actually in Avon Park, Florida.
There was a group called Youth for Jesus that was working with ASI, and somehow they heard about me, and so they reached out to me, and they had asked me, would you be willing to be a part of a program called Youth for Jesus? It's sponsored by ASI. And when they told me, it's a hands-on, immersive experience where the kids get to put on an evangelistic series, they get to go and experience people door to door, pass out the flyers, and they get to see lives dedicated to God and hearts transformed. And one day we're at the church, Avon Park Church, and this SALT team comes by. And as SALT comes by, I see her. In my head, I'm thinking, I'm seeing things. What would she be doing out here in Avon Park, Florida?
Driving into the parking lot of the church, that's when we both found each other, because he was driving in the kids and I was driving in our crew from SALT. And so that parking lot turned into the reunion, which was God sent, a breath of fresh air, and an answer to prayer. I was just waiting to see what else God had in store for us, because now we were finally not going to be long distance friends, see how the possibilities would turn out. And well, now we're married, so they turned out very well.
And that wouldn't have happened had I not allowed the Lord to lead me in that direction. And I think that's the most important thing. You gotta allow the Lord to lead. We're so anxious, I feel like we need to slow down and allow God to lead us.
Take every opportunity that you can to serve the Lord. That's the main thing that brought us together. Our faithfulness to God individually brought us together because of the love we had for God and serving. He used that faithfulness to tie us back together. So any mission trips, any opportunities that you have, don't take them lightly, because you will meet like-minded people. You will be brought into an environment where people are already open to being led by the Lord, and that changes everything. What we've learned is to wait patiently and allow the Lord to lead us one step at a time.